Hi guys, today is finally the day. We're going to talk about the glitters. I've been talking about this for months, maybe. I said I was going to do one before you might have your Christmas parties. Hopefully I'm not too late, but I really was trying to test all of these things, and then last minute some more things came in and I was just like, I've already got so many eyes. So the whole premise of this is I love glitter in theory, but I hate fallout with a passion. And so for a long time, I just completely, anything that had too much, like if I had a glittery eyeshadow in a palette, I would ignore it. I'd be like, I'm not using that because I hate finding glitter all over my face at the end of the day. And so I tried a couple of things maybe last Christmas and realised that not everything was created equal in terms of fallout. And so towards the end of this year, I started testing different things, asking your opinions on social media. What do you use? And so I hopefully here have a selection of things that I can recommend to you, things that I can tell you to avoid, techniques to apply, additional products that will help other products work better. There's a lot here, so settle in. You are going to hear snoring in the background. The last time I forgot to mention that in a video, loads of people got like, what is that noise? I didn't know what that noise was. If you don't know, I've got a dog and he's a pug Frenchie cross. He's just got the squishiest nose and he snores really, really loudly. So apologies if that's annoying, but it's his house too. I can't kick him out. So where shall we even start? Let's start with the things that are possibly the ones that you would reach for if you thought you were going to avoid fallout altogether. Not always so. So I'm going to start with two amazing ones that I found recently. These are from Barry M. So these are all like liquids and some eyeliner-y type of things. And these are toppers. Barry M holographic eyeshadow toppers. These are fantastic. So they don't give a tremendous amount of colour. In fact, I'm going to do some cutaways for you because there's so many things here to swatch. With all of the different products, hopefully I'll get you some different lighting, because not all lighting is great for glitter. Sometimes in bright lights, it's just kind of like really dull. You get like a really nice Christmassy, warm, little bit of a dim light and you get a gorgeous twinkle. So I'm going to put some overlays as we go through. Man, this is going to be a super long video, sorry. But for those of you that have wanted it, hopefully it's going to be super informative. So these are great. They don't give a tremendous amount of colour. They're kind of, as you move in the light, you'll get like hardly anything and then pow. What I would love to see in this range is something that's more neutral, something that's more kind of bronze or beige. There really isn't anything, and I don't know if that's because it's a colour flip and that's difficult to do, but I feel like they could have done kind of like a gold and an orange, or I don't know. Everything's quite blue toned is the only problem with these. But if you want something over the top of eyeshadow that you know is already going to stay put, that's going to give you an added sparkle, then these are the things for you. It's just a matter of colour choices. There aren't a lot of them, and I wish there were some warmer, more neutral colours. This is one that I thought was going to be an absolute 100% no problem product, and this is Eye Art Precision Liquid Eye Colour from, I think, Sleek. It's not totally clear on the packaging. It's a gorgeous colour. This one kind of very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Intense, is beautiful, and then blended out, it gives you this kind of smoky, olive, golden, just really, really, really gorgeous. So my kind of eye colour. But weirdly, and I don't understand, but weirdly, it creates one of the worst rather, fallout experiences of all the products I'm going to show you. From a liquid. I don't understand how, because the first time I used it with something else and I was like, it must be the other thing. I used it by itself. It's this, and I don't get it, and I would love to know if you've tried this, if you have found that too, because I just can't understand. Like I said, this is why it took me so long to put this video together, because I really wanted to see across an entire day how things wore, and this is one of those things that it was just really, really disappointing, and it didn't matter what I put underneath it, I just couldn't keep the glitter on my eyes and off my cheeks. So this was a dud, unfortunately. Another one that I'm kind of on the fence about, because everyone seems to love it, but I don't know. And this is the Stila, what is it called? This one's Smouldering Satin. It is called the Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. I was really excited about this a couple of years ago. I got it for me and I got it for my friend Kaz because she loves glitter. And I just found that the fallout was too much. And I thought maybe I was applying it too thickly. I put this in my disappointing products earlier this year. Loads of people told me, no, it's amazing, it's great, you're just not applying it correctly. So I've tried. And I went to a concert, I put it on my eyes. I think I went on Instagram stories and was like, yeah, you guys, it's not that bad. But I've tried it since and It's definitely not foolproof. Sometimes it's okay, and others, I just end up with it all over my face. And for me, especially for a slightly higher price, this is kind of like middle of the road from Stila, I'm disappointed. And so I'm not recommending it. I'm sure other people in the comments will tell you it's great, and maybe it will be for you, but I personally can't recommend it. I've chosen to keep it in my collection now rather than declutter it purely because people told me to rethink, and I think sometimes it works as an eyeliner a little bit better than a full. I don't know. Maybe it's the shape of my eyes. Truly, that's not sarcasm. Maybe it is the shape of my eyes because I'm quite hooded. There's a lot of movement and I'm very expressive. And so if your eyes are kind of a little bit wider, if you've not got that kind of hooded situation, then maybe it stays put for longer. I don't know, but it doesn't work that great for me. Also, I've just realised I should mention I have got swollen sinuses. I completely forgot. I meant to mention it at the beginning of the video. All this section of my face, I also sound a little bit bunged up. My eyes look a little bit blurry. I feel just really stuffy. It doesn't hurt until I touch it, and I feel like I've broken my nose. I don't get it. I don't understand what's happened, but apparently my sinuses are swollen, and I've got some weird stuff I have to put inside my nose. Great. Okay, 2 more products that were quite disappointing for me. These were sent to me. They are Pixi by Petra, and they are the Liquid Fairy Lights. So again, I haven't heard much about this. I don't follow a lot of like Instagram makeup people, you know, like very trendy makeup people. So maybe they're talking about it. But I haven't heard a tremendous amount about this from like regular YouTubers that I follow. And maybe that's because they didn't love them either. But it was a very, very similar thing to the Stila. They're very chunky. I think it's very difficult to keep the glitter. It's kind of like if you do your eyeshadow and then you just put like vaguely stick some glitter on top of your eyes. It's just not going to stay there. It's not, I would rather it kind of be sealed in. And that's the problem I have with this and the Stila, is that it's got like a metallic something that the glitter is suspended in, but once that dries out a little bit, the glitter then becomes loose and it ends up all over your face. And I just don't particularly like this even on. So they are in the Stila category, very, very similar product to that. So if you like the Stila, you might like those. And the last thing I want to mention, this I repurchased very, very recently because my old one was all dried up. But I have been buying this for years and years and years. And this is the Glam Crystals. I think it was always called the Glam Crystals. Was it? But the Glam Crystals from Collection. I think I've had this one and a few other colours. I had the pink one at one point, the one that was black with gold glitter inside. But this just really packs a punch. And as an eyeliner, I like, because I don't wear a tremendous amount of blue on my eyes. I wear it as a liquid liner, winged out, with a little bit of black underneath it. So it still defines my eyes. This is kind of like the pop of colour. I couldn't wear this just on its own. I still need the black in between. But that's how I wear it. Now, you can also wear it as an eyeshadow. You can just kind of colour in your eyelid with this. So what I would do, not with this colour for me, I would use probably the black or a different colour. They do, I think, a gold as well. Is I would do my eye makeup as normal, and then I would just paint over the corresponding colour that I'd use. So if I used gold, then maybe it's in the centre of my eye. I would just put the gold on the centre, kind of just like pat it around a little bit. And it's fine. It's like glue. I have never found a problem with these worn as eyeliner or as eyeshadow, providing they don't go near the crease, which again, it's all about the eye shape. I think as long as it's just kind of on the lid or the lash line, it's cool. Right, let's get into loose pigments and glitters, which honestly, I'm still not 100% about, especially loose glitters. I would love your suggestions. It's not something that I'm like absolutely desperate to use because I've got other things that I'm going to be showing you that I really, really like anyway, which are a bit more foolproof for me. But yeah, if you have found something that works to really, really like adhere a loose glitter to your eyes, please let me know. So number one, the thing that was recommended to me when I asked on Instagram and has been an absolute game changer in terms of glitter is this. I think it's pronounced Mehron Mixing Liquid. So you can get this on Amazon. Someone told me that this was what makeup artists use, and when I mentioned it since, lots and lots of people confirmed that, and it is fantastic. So it's a mixing liquid. I don't know how much I paid. I'm going to say 10 to 15 pounds I paid for this. Must have been 10ish. I don't know. But this is going to last me forever. I've used it loads already. There's hardly anything gone because I've used it all the times I've been testing these things. But it's not like I'm using glitter eyeshadow all the time. It's not like I am a makeup artist. So this is going to last me forever. I will never need another one of these. What this is amazing for is loose pigments. So the examples I've got are, this was sent to me, this is the Hourglass Glitter Eyeshadow Foil in Scattered Light. I think Manny's really picking up the snoring now. I can't make him move. He's so comfortable looking. You wouldn't make me move him if you saw him. So this Hourglass little, what's the name? I'll show you what it looks like inside. It is like this. It reminds me of those L'Oreal ones. I wish you could still get those L'Oreal ones because now I feel like I have the way to apply them. Couldn't make them work before. So I don't really like this colour, and that is one of the things. It's really difficult to kind of see past that sometimes. It's a nice product when mixed with the Mehron. If you're into that kind of foil metallic eye, I don't think that I am. That's all I'll say about that. Same for this. I got the Sleek Loose Pigment in, I don't even know what I was thinking, honestly. I don't know. I don't know what this colour is. I think I've lost a piece of the sticker. Oh, Rush. Sorry, it's Rush. So this is like a yellow. I thought it was just going to be kind of like a gold, and I didn't think it was going to be this colour. I'm new to this. What can I say? I just thought it would be a nice gold colour, and it's a very, very pale yellow, and that's not my scene at all. However, it was a nice product. When it went on with this, it literally just like mixes in and it goes on like metallic. It's fine. But again, from testing these things, I'm realising not really into the metallic eyelid look. And so I don't think the pigments are really for me. The last thing I want to mention in this kind of mini category is this All That Shimmer from Makeup Gallery, which is a £1, so this is £1. This is fantastic with or without, but there is some fallout. So it is, I keep wanting to swatch it, but I'm like, no, I'm going to swatch it later. That's the whole point. So I'm going to just end up with it all over my arms. That's not going to work. What is so great about this? I mean, it is a roller ball, so I truly would not recommend that you roll this onto your eyes because it will end up everywhere. I put it on the back of my hand, and then, initially I was just then putting it on like an eyeshadow. But now, I'll dip my makeup brush, and I know this is terrible, I should use something else, but whatever. It's a clean makeup brush. Into the Mehron mixing fluid. And then I use my little, my reusable cotton pads. I've got one for makeup just by the side specifically for this. And I'll use that just to kind of get rid of any excess. Then I go into the product on the back of my hand and I put it onto my eyelid, and that is what works the best. Now, this isn't just a pigment, it really has got a sparkle to it. It's really, really pretty. With or without the mixing liquid, I think it's a really, really good product. I think if you put it over the top of the primer, you apply it thinly enough, it works really well. It doesn't end up as much over your eyes, but definitely do not apply it straight from the roller ball onto your eyes unless you want it to be all over the place. Right, kind of moving into a similar segue category. What I started with when I started trying all the different glitter things were these. So this is like Glitter Fix Gel. This is from Barry M. I thought this was going to be like the bee's knees. This is the one that everybody wants to try. No, this is not that great. This is basically exactly the same as this super cheap Paint Glow Glitter Me Up Fix Gel that I bought from the beauty outlet. I bought this to go with this Paint Glow. This is fabulous. I actually got this to take to Disneyland, and then I never wore it in Disneyland. It's like hexagonal glitter. Absolutely fabulous. I ended up putting it on my nails. I'm going back to Disney next year, and I'm already talking to my nail artist because now I go to have acrylics done about what we're going to do for Disney. And I feel like I want to take this into her and be like, what can we do with this? Because this is just amazing. By the way, I just had my nails redone. I have loads and loads of nail videos on Instagram. Whenever I talk about my nails, people ask me, have you talked about them, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I have a video for every single nail thing that she's done, by the very, very first one, because it seemed awkward. Needed to, like, segue into the fact that I wanted to make videos of these things. But we did a load of Christmas ones throughout November so that you guys would have inspiration in time for your December nails. But the ones I've got on right now are some of my all-time favourites. So I've got, like, glitter on the tips and then, like, foils. So pretty. And at the moment, they are an acrylic overlay over my natural nails. I think I actually prefer a full sculpted tip. Like, chop my nails down, give me a full sculpted tip. It feels stronger. It feels just like, I don't know. But I wanted to try all the different methods. So we've done tips, we've done sculpting, we've done overlays. So there will come a time, beginning of next year, where I've been doing it for 12 months and I'm going to talk about kind of the pros and cons. And I'm going to do a Q&A and I'm going to get her to answer some questions for you. Moving on. So these, not great at all. And I got them to try with these, which are just loose. Oh, sorry, one of these is a pigment. One of these is a pigment. This belongs with the other products. However, this is a little bit different in that I didn't hate it as much. It wasn't as foil as the other ones because it's not really like a golden metallic-y type thing. It's got a little bit of metallic something to it, but it's green, and I actually quite liked this one. This is Vermouth. Okay, so the glitter that I got it to use with was this NYX Metallic Glitter in Style Star. This is insane. I just don't understand how people use this. I tried it with the Mehron. I tried it with the glitter glue. The glitter glue mixed a little bit better. It looks amazing. Like I can't even, I'm already excited to film this. You know, like when people put the glitter in the thing and then they squeeze the glue onto it and it all looks like, ooh. Oh, I'm gonna try my absolute best for you guys to make this like a very satisfying clip. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work when it gets onto my eyes because it's just not that great. It just ended up everywhere. I can't find a great way of sticking it to my eyes. I remember seeing Helen Anderson said something on Instagram during festival season and she was doing her makeup and she just put lash glue on her eyelids. I'm not all about that. I don't want it that bad, but for me, someone who's had access to a tremendous amount of different makeup, does that kind of makeup all the time and thinks that lash glue is the be all and end all, then maybe there isn't something out there that does the job better. So, hey ho, so that's one of the glitters that I tried. Would not recommend these if you want things to stay on your eyes. Moving on to, okay, so we're getting more into the stuff that I'm really excited about because this is the really, really flattering, easy to wear, easy to apply stuff. Now, quite a few things that I'm going to show you are from Bobbi Brown because they recently sent me a bunch of things and it was just as I was coming to the end of making like the preparations for this video and I tried the stuff thinking I'm not going to include it because it's not going to be like worth mentioning. Oh my god, it so is. So, okay, we're going to get to it. First of all, I bought this quite a few months ago. You may have seen me haul it. And think this is basically what started the whole idea off of this video. This is the Urban Decay Space Cowboy. What is the thing called? I don't know. Is it called Moondust? I think it's called Moondust. I can't see anything that tells me, but I think that it is. So these sparkly eyeshadows are called Moondust, I'm pretty sure. And it is absolutely beautiful. We used to work for Urban Decay a million moons ago. Get it? And I really, really enjoyed these ones. They're just kind of like an overlay. If you want, as we were talking about before, a nice eyeshadow topper, this is really, really pretty. The problem is, as with so many things, if you are topping it, if you're topping another eyeshadow, then it really doesn't stick to anything. It's not adhering to a primer, it's just on top of another eyeshadow. And so it's going to fall. I have tried it with the Mehron. I think that it sticks better, but I don't think the whole thing is as nice. What I tried to do now, and it's a very tricky game, is I try to dampen. So like I'll get a little bit of the Mehron fluid, like I'll put, let's say, a little bit on that cotton pad, and then I'll dampen my finger. I'll then put my finger into this and pat it on. And so it's going on with a little bit of something, but there's not a lot else you can do unless you want to apply it to your bare eyelids and it doesn't give any colour, it is just sparkle. You can do that, there's no problem with that, but I do think that this works best as an eye topper for your favourite matte or satin eye look. Just a little bit of something, just, oh, it's one of my favourite things. If you aren't into glitter, but you think you want something, just one thing to add to your collection this Christmas to just jazz something up, add a little bit of sparkle, make it one of these. There's loads of different colours. This is Space Cowboy. I think that this one's the best because it's basically translucent and it's going to work with most things, and it just is such a beautiful shimmer on top. Now, Bobbi Brown have brought something out that's almost the exact same thing, more expensive, and in my experience, not as good. So and just, you know, to clarify, I paid for this one and I didn't pay for this one. They are super similar and swatched, not a million miles away. They do a very similar thing, but I've tried them both ways. I've tried them both as toppers and I've tried them both as single eyeshadows by themselves. At very least, the Urban Decay one does do a good job of kind of an all-over nice sparkle all over your eyelid if you're wearing nothing else. The Bobbi Brown one I felt was a little bit patchy and more prone to fallout. So I was disappointed by that one, especially because it's, you know, it's so pretty and whatever, but this one is more effective. Okay, I've got two stick things. One of them I bought, I think, a year ago and was massively disappointed by, and I wanted to mention it because it's one of those things. Charlotte Tilbury is massively popular and you might think this is great. I don't think it's great. This is called the colour Chameleon in Amber Haze for brown eyes. This is one of the only things I've got from Charlotte Tilbury. I've got this, and I think I've got a lipstick and a lip liner. I'm not going to swatch it. Stop myself. I Love this on my eyes. It's really pretty. One of the things that is my kind of go-to smoky eye thing. I've got a couple of, I think I did a blog post and maybe I've had videos on this over the years, but I have a couple of products that if I want to do a really easy smoky eye, it tends to be like a pencil like this, or it'll be like a cream shadow, buff it all out, and then I do a little bit of extra something with like Smog from Decay, something really, really simple, easy to do, smoky type eye. And this was one of the products that I really liked for that, but it just wears away so quickly. Again, I find glitter on my cheeks doesn't make any sense because it's a cream, I don't know, it's a cream product, doesn't make any sense, but it just wears really, really horribly. So just putting that out there in case you were thinking of buying it at Christmas time, I don't rate that at all. Whereas the Bobbi Brown one, which again was sent to me, this was a real surprise. This is called the Long Wear Sparkle Stick. And I've never tried one of these before, but I just kind of thought, crayon, it's a spark, it's not going to be that great. And when it came, I kind of put it on my eye, playing around with it, had no other makeup on. I was like cleaning and doing other stuff. Sometimes this is what happens. Something will come that I wasn't expecting. I'm never expecting anything from Bobbi Brown. When they send me things, I'm like, this is insane. I don't know why they send me things. Ella said to me the other day, I don't know why they send me I don't know why they send you things. I was like, I know, it doesn't make any sense. And sometimes, like, there's been loads of stuff they've sent me that I have never mentioned anywhere. It's just in a drawer. I swatched it. Meh. It's not exciting enough to talk about, or I liked it, but by the time I came around to wanting to talk about it, it was already gone. This is the main problem I have with Bobbi Brown launches, is they're all, like, the turnaround is super quick. So, like, for example, I'm going to talk about these palettes. These palettes won't be available in, like, a month and a half. So if you don't talk about them now, it's pointless. And so I do get sent a lot of things from lots of different brands that never get mentioned. It's crazy. Anyway, off topic. They sent me this. Middle of the day, I was just like putting it on, whatever. And then when I went to take off my makeup, I wasn't wearing any other makeup. So when I went to, I think I was doing a face mask because I was in the bathroom. I remember looking in the mirror and thinking, oh my God, not only has this stayed on amazingly well and there was no primer underneath it, and I put it underneath my eyes as well. I went in with a pencil brush and then kind of put it on underneath my eyes. Not a stitch of glitter on my face. I couldn't believe it. I still kind of can't believe it. So this is now like holy grail, really, really easy glitter. And again, this is now going to go into my easy smoky eye part of my makeup collection vault, because it's just super easy. I'll put it on, I smudge it out a little bit, I can deepen it up a little bit if I want to, I can put it underneath my eyes. It's just such an easy product. And because it's sparkle, I don't know whether or not this is like a limited edition as well, like the palettes and stuff they do. But I would recommend this, again, if you are thinking of one thing that you would like in your collection that will give you a little bit of sparkle, but it's not too in your face, and it's easy to do and easy to wear, pretty foolproof. I really, really highly recommend this. Again, as with anything else, if you have tried that and hate it, please tell us, leave a comment, give some balance to my review, because I'm only one person. We need to know more than just my review before people make purchases, and hopefully you don't just take my word for absolutely everything and buy things, because sometimes I could be wrong. So, I mean, I'm never wrong, obviously. These palettes. The problem I've got with these palettes is that I've been using both of them every time I do my eyes. And so, for me, there's just one eyeshadow that needs to be in the other one, and then I would have the perfect palette. So, I've got this one that's called the In a Flash eyeshadow palette. I'll link these below. I don't know off the top of my head how much they are. Apologies. And I have been sent some other things that I haven't tried yet, so I can't include those. But these ones, yes. So the colours in here that I am obsessed with, do we have colour names? Yes, we do. So I don't know if you can get these individually, but let me just work this out. This one down here must be blackout. This is fantastic. This one today I've got on the outer and the inner corner of my eyelids, and it's just the most beautiful sparkle. And then which is the other one? Oh, I like this one. This is called Steel Thunder. That can't be right. These are in the wrong order. No. This has got to be black, and this has got to be Steel Thunder. Let me tell you again. This one is Speakeasy Sparkle. Apologies. This one is Gilded Honey. And the other one, the other one I was trying to make work was this one. So that one must be Crystal Ball. The problem with this is it's not got a tremendous amount of colour to it, and I'm really missing a beigey colour to work with these and it's not quite this. I want another sparkle, and that's not quite hitting the spot for me. And so I've been using this one, which, work this out, I think this is Wild Streak or Midnight Toast. Okay, so this one's Wild Streak, and this one's Midnight Toast, and it is Midnight Toast that I've been using like consistently on the middle of my eyelid, and I just love it so much, and I wish that one was in the other palette. That is all I would say about that. But if I was going to pick one of the palettes, I'd probably pick this one because I like that so much, and this one works really, really well as well. I maybe would pick this one, and this palette is called the Smoke and Metals palette, but then I would really miss this one. I really would. If these are available individually, I can't recommend this one enough. It's so, so pretty. These, I know I've got off track a little bit just talking about how much I love them, but these, again, no fallout. It makes no sense, but there's no fallout. I put on, I wasn't even using the Mehron mixing liquid. I put on the Colour Stay, Revlon Colour Stay eye primer, and that's all I needed. And they did not have any fallout at all. You don't always get what you pay for. 100% you do not. There's lots and lots of products that I've got for much less expensive that have worked better. There are products that I've spent more, you know, the Charlotte Tilbury one, really, really disappointing. It doesn't always equate, but in this instance, I think they are worth the money if you really like glitters. Oh, now he's barking. I've just seen what time it is. We've been doing this for way too long. I can't imagine how long this video is actually going to be, but I have somewhere to be very, very soon. So we're done with eyes. We're going to move on to the last couple of things that I wanted to mention. And these are lips and cheeks. So if you are not into eyes at all, if you really don't want the idea of maybe there being a fallout, you have some other options when it comes to glitter at Christmas time. One is obviously highlights. Obviously, I've just got these as examples. There are loads and loads that you can find out there that are super, super sparkly. Usually that's not what I'm into. I like a little bit of like a sheen rather than a sparkle or a frost. But if this is what you're actually wanting, there are loads and loads and loads. I don't, like I say, I just don't have a lot to show you because it's not something that I'm into. And so I only have these two that kind of fit that bill. One of which I'm wearing today. I've got on the Bobbi Brown one. This is Golden Hour again. This was sent to me in this package. Luxe Illuminating Powder is what this is called. And this has, it's a mix. This was probably my favourite of the two because it is a mix. It's got like a sheen with a little bit of extra sparkle to it. This one is Mirage from Estee Lauder. I bought this last Christmas, and I think they had some kind of weird deal where they had a discount code that was wrong, and so you got things for really, really cheap. And I remember I bought this. I think you had to buy something. You got this for free if you bought something, but like the minimum spend was not on as it should be. And so I bought these like hydrating eye patches and got this for free. It was amazing. Anyway, does anybody else do that? And I'm now thinking, was it this year or last year? Doesn't matter. Move on with your life. Okay, I'm going. This is super sparkly. I've hardly worn it because it's so glittery, and it just is crazy. It's very bronze also, so it's not entirely my scene, but these are options if you want glitter that's not on your eyes. Lastly, lip icing and glaze and sparkle is now a thing as well. I think it used to be able to get glitter lip gloss. It's now become like another socially acceptable makeup trend that has made its way back again. So this one from Bobbi Brown I'm wearing right now. This is the Luxe Liquid Lip Rich Luster in Sparkling Sand 3. This, I would say, I put it on a while ago and I reapplied just before I made this video, and I found that the colour and the sparkle had kind of disappeared a little bit. The gloss was still there. The product itself was still there. It hadn't really worn away, but the colour and the sparkle were kind of fading, which is weird. Within the product, the colour was gone. So that's something to bear in mind. And the Pixi, which again, this was sent to me, the Pixi Chloe Morello Lip Icing in Cake is another one. Really similar kind of product. The difference being this is much, much thicker. This is more something that you wear by itself. It's like a liquid lip, like a glossy, thick product, whereas this is more of a lip topper. So if you were wearing any other lipstick, you would then kind of just like put this over the top and you'd have a little bit of sparkle. This is not necessarily a trend that I'm super into. I didn't dislike the feeling of this. I think I preferred the idea of putting on a full thing that's supposed to be a little bit metallic or sheeny instead of a lip topper. A lip topper, of course, you could then put literally anything on. You could put a little bit of sparkle. If you've got one of these eyeshadows, this would work just as well. If you had like a nude lip and you wanted sparkly lips, you can just put it on from eyeshadow. No big deal. But I wanted to throw that in there for those of you that were thinking like, ugh, I'm not into the eyeshadow at all. What are the other alternatives? Here you are. If you've made it through an entire video about eyeshadow to find out what's going to work for you if you don't like eyeshadow, then you've really earned those recommendations. Thank you so much for sitting through such a long, rambly video, but I really have been trying to test all of these things for so long. At one point it was just kind of overfacing me and I thought, oh, maybe I just won't do it at all because it's going to be so much. But I feel like there will be, even if there's like a real handful of you that were waiting for this and are really overwhelmed by glitter itself and just wanted some recommendations, that it will have been worth it. And hopefully I've managed to put some fun overlays on the screen that were sparkly and festive for you. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. I am edging ever closer to the 100k that was so elusive for so long. I am going to be uploading daily in December and not every single video is going to be this long. So thanks for watching and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Well, I've got news for you, I know you're waiting. Vlogmas is right here. Hold on, it's time for it to reappear.